Hi, Thomas Enqvist here from Betsafe. Today we are continuing on the grass court season, and we are looking forward to the tournament in London, Queens.
Hello and welcome, and yes, we are looking forward to the tournament in Queens, which is one of 6 grass tournaments before Wimbledon. And even if the grass court season increased 2 years ago, from 2 to 3 weeks, it's still a very short time for the players to find the rhythm on grass. Will Roger Federer do it? I mean, yesterday he lost in his first match in Stuttgart against former world number 3, Tommy Haas, who got a wild card into the tournament. Now Federer has only one tournament left before Wimbledon, and that's Halle next week. And because the grass court season is so short, I think we at least get a hint which players comes to the third Grand Slam of the year in great shape and with big self-confidence. And if we are looking especially on Queens, we know that 9 times the player who took the title in Queens also took the title in Wimbledon. John McEnroe did it twice, Pete Sampras did it twice, Rafael Nadal did it 2008, and Andy Murray did it 3 years ago. So maybe we get a hint what the winner in Queens will do in Wimbledon. And if we're looking at Nadal, I mean, he was so impressive in Roland Garros, where he didn't lose a set and only 35 games. And we were looking forward to see him on the grass on Queens, where he has played so many times before, but not this year. Yesterday he decided not to play in Queens. He said he will prepare before Wimbledon and practice before Wimbledon. And Thomas, are you surprised over Nadal's decision?
Well, not really actually, but of course very big disappointment for the tournament and all Rafael Nadal's fans in London, who was looking forward to see him continuing playing this amazing tennis that he has done actually the whole season, but especially now the clay court season, where he was dominating, winning Monte Carlo, Barcelona, Madrid, and of course the title last week in Roland Garros, where I think that he played his best tennis I've ever seen him play. Much more aggressive tennis that I've ever seen him play. Totally dominating, not losing one set in the whole Roland Garros. I mean, it's so impressive. And I was really looking forward actually to see him playing on grass now when he's playing so aggressive. I mean, the way he played against Wawrinka in that Roland Garros final, I mean, it's a perfect grass court tennis actually. So of course, too bad for the event in Queens that of course a big name like that withdraws, but totally understand Rafael Nadal also that, you know, after this season and after so many matches played now, he probably needed another week of rest and preparation for Wimbledon, and I'm sure we're going to see him back in Wimbledon.
But every year that Nadal has been in the Wimbledon final, he has played in Queens before Wimbledon. Do you think this year will he come directly to the Wimbledon, or do you think he will take a wild card to Eastbourne or Antalya the week before Wimbledon?
I think he only would prepare and practice. I would be surprised actually if he takes a wild card the week before the Wimbledon tournament. But it's true that many times in the past that he has won Roland Garros and he has taken the first flight to London and started just 1 or 2 days after his grass court campaign. So, but I think this year is a little bit different. I think that this was very special for him to win his 10th title in Roland Garros. I think that more mentally than physically, he just needed a little bit more space between the matches, and he needed an extra week of recovering. And also, I don't think it's going to matter that big for his preparation in Wimbledon. He has played on grass so many times now. I mean, also the way he plays now. He plays so aggressive. He was going for big first serves. He was going for his second shots after his serve. I've never seen actually Rafael Nadal play that aggressive and that on clay. So I think that we will definitely see a very aggressive Rafael Nadal in Wimbledon, and I don't think that because he pulled out now in Queens would have a big impact on his result in Wimbledon. I don't think so.
And even if Nadal and Roger Federer is not playing in Queens, we must talk about these two guys because they have dominated the season so far. After French Open, Nadal is number 1 on the race, almost 3,000 points before Federer, and the other guys are well distanced. So before this year, everyone talked about Murray or Djokovic, but now it seems to be a battle between Nadal and Federer. And we should know that since 2004, every year, the player who has ended as world number one has been number one or number two on the race after French Open. So, Thomas, give us your opinion about their dominance. Well, in my book, it's still is Roger Federer, and I think it will be that forever. Now he has 18 Grand Slam titles, Nadal has 15, but even if Nadal come up to Federer's number, I think I will still have Federer, because it's not only about results and sports. Federer, he has made tennis attractive even outside the tennis world because the way he plays and the way he behaves. Nadal is a great champion as well, but Federer, the way he plays, it's not only tennis. I think he has made tennis to an art that everyone could enjoy, not only the tennis lovers. Even if Nadal is missing in Queens, they have a fantastic strong field. There is Murray, Wawrinka, Berdych, Tsonga, Dimitrov, just to mention a couple of the great players who are playing in Queens. So, Thomas, they must be really satisfied even if they miss Nadal.
Yeah, it's always been like the classic warm-up tournament before Wimbledon. Very strong field in the, like you said, a lot of the top players like to spend the 3-4 weeks in London to prepare the best possible way for Wimbledon. So in the past, like you said, a lot of players who has played good in Queens has also played really well at Wimbledon just a couple of weeks after. So this year is not any difference. We have a very strong field, and the Murray, of course, who I think find his form during the Roland Garros. He came in to Roland Garros thinking that he was a little bit insecure on the way he was playing, has lost a little bit of confidence. Even if he lost that epic, tough match against Wawrinka in the semis. I think that result was very important from the Andy Murray. I think it gave him a lot of confidence, and now he's back on his favorite surface, grass. And for me, that he would have a good start, I think, of the grass court season there. And I think that he's the big favorite. He has won that tournament in the past a few times as well. So I think that for me, that Andy Murray is the big favorite in Queens this year.
Last year, Murray was the first player to win 5 titles in Queens, and he has a career commitment to play in the tournament. And talking about Murray in French Open, he behaved almost okay against his team. And do you think has he matured a lot during the last couple of weeks, or was it because Ivan Lendl is back on the team?
Well, you hope that it's not only because it's Ivan Lendl back in the, but I think that you could see that he was like a little bit concerned coming into Roland Garros. He was not happy about his season. He knew that he had the final to defend as well, and he looked really focused and hungry at Roland Garros, and he stepped up his game. And I totally agree with you that he did behave well. I think that Ivan Lendl has that impact on him as well, which the respect is there for Ivan, and the dedication that the team has together when Ivan is in the team. It's a totally different Andy Murray on the court when Ivan is in the box.
Yes, Thomas, you said that Murray behaved well against his team. I said he behaved almost okay, so I didn't go that far as you did. But we will hope that Murray continue this behavior against his team, because it seems it's so much more fun to watch when he's like that. So maybe hold your thumbs. We hold our thumbs that Lendl is still in the team the rest of the season. And now, Thomas, it's time for maybe the most interesting part in the interview, your picks for the favorite and his biggest contenders.
For sure, Andy Murray, the biggest favorite to win his 6th title in Queens. Fantastic grass court player. That's his favorite surface. He loved this time of the year. He had a good Roland Garros where he went to the semifinals, so he has also found some kind of confidence and some kind of form. So I would say Andy Murray for me, the number 1 contender to win Queens again. Dimitrov, of course, we cannot forget. He also has played a grass court tournament before, which makes him also a little bit more used to the surface. Tsonga, always a strong grass court player who also has won 3 tournaments actually this year. So I think Tsonga we will see very hungry now. His favorite surface is not clay, so he had a little bit tougher clay court season, but now back on the grass where he has good results in the past. We cannot forget to name Tsonga as well. And then of course the big service like Berder, Cilic, always dangerous on the grass. But again, Andy Murray for me is the big favorite this week.
And you yourself, Thomas, you had 19 ATP titles, but none on grass. And you played in Queens 7 times. First year you were in the quarterfinals, but after that you didn't have that big success. And the last time you lost against Ivo Karlovic, who hit 26 aces. The serve has always been a very effective weapon on grass, but the grass tennis has changed a lot during the years. And you yourself, you had a huge serve and you had hard and flat ground strokes. I think it should have suited grass very well as the grass tennis is today. Do you agree?
Well, the big service still has a big advantage, of course, on the grass. Attacking play, of course, is the most effective. But if you compare grass today and you go back 20, 30 years ago, it's a very big difference. I mean, you was forced to play serve and volley in the past on the grass because the ball didn't bounce at all, so you could not stay and play from the baseline. These days, the courts are much harder, the ball bounce much higher, so you can definitely play from the baseline. But of course, that still, this is the season where the attacking player will be more successful, and if you have a good serve, it's always a very big advantage on the grass.